Hey, it's Beth with Body Archaeology Fitness in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I just wanted to offer something that's been helping me tremendously during this time of uncertainty and this time of being in quarantine. Um, this pretty much butts up against my normal temperament, and basically I like to be out. I like to be interacting with people. I thrive on it. I thrive on being able to physically be in people's presence, and to have community with people. And so being in a situation where I need to quarantine myself and stay at home and minimize my interaction with people is really challenging for me. It's challenging on an emotional and a mental health uh, level for me. And so, if you are struggling with that, if you recognize that this is that physical presence, that being in people's physical presence is really a big component of your emotional and your mental well-being, then this is for you. So, what I have come to realize is that I have opportunities to have that interaction that contributes to my emotional and my mental well being, but I can do it in a different way. So, I know that there's been a lot of talk about using Zoom and using these virtual platforms, and that's been really important. But the other thing that I've discovered is I've discovered the power of words, I've discovered the power of humor, I've discovered the power of art. And those are all ways that I can communicate and connect with other people. The other thing that I've discovered is the power of just a smile or looking into somebody's eyes, and you can do that from 6 feet away. And in fact, babies, when babies start to interact with people, their visual acuity is very minimized whenever we're born. So when we're babies, we can't really see, and it's not until about 4 months or so that you're going to notice that your baby, or if you're interacting with a baby, that they start to interact with you, and that's because their visual field starts to expand. And the very first thing that they will begin to respond to is your facial expressions. They will respond to your voice, your tone of voice, and your facial expressions. And um, and that's not a lost thing. It's not a lost thing. So we can still respond to that. And because that's innate in us and it is part of our development, it's something that we can continue to engage in. I think as we move through this process, and especially in the next couple of weeks, I'm located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and so the next 2 weeks are going to be critical for us in terms of a large spike, and really being mindful and possibly fearful about contracting the virus and becoming sick ourselves, or our loved ones becoming sick. And because of that, that fear causes contraction instead of expansion. And when we are in this contracted state, we don't want to reach out in any way. We don't want to reach out with our eyes. We don't want to reach out with our voices. We don't want to reach out with our bodies. We don't want to reach out with our spirit. And I'd like to highly encourage all of you that are in this locale, and then possibly as this expands out to other regions, and you're experiencing this in your own community, in your own region, to try to stay in that state of expansion, but in that state of respect. Um, so look at somebody. It's not going to hurt anyone. It's not going to pass on anything but compassion and grace and kindness and love, and just connection. That's the only thing that's going to pass on. So look people in the eye. Um, you know, offer them a smile. Do it at a safe distance. If you're far enough away, expand out through your voice and use a cheerful, joyful tone. we're all in this together, and we can continue to connect to one another in very creative, wonderful ways, so that when we come out of this, we don't have just one tool in our tool bag anymore, but we have several tools. So we're going to have this toolbox that's chock full of ways to connect to one another, and I think that's really exciting. I hope that I've convinced you that this is exciting as well. If you would like to reach out to me and talk about some different ways, maybe you're struggling yourself, I would love to connect with you. So there's several ways to do that through my website. My phone number is on there. My email is on there. You can reach out to me through social media. But I just want to let you know that I see you, offer you a big smile, and I'm happy to connect with you. So carry on. Love over fear. We're in this together, and we got this.